This is Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me, with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, and have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. That's right, man. They're taught by the commandments of men, precepts of men, not of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, not according to scriptures properly. This is Mark 7:6. He answered and said unto them, well hath the Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Right? Talking about the mind again. Your heart, your mind, Lord, is far from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is what? The scriptures, man. Because this is where you find out the heart of Yahweh, man. David was a man after the Lord's own heart, man. So you have to come to the scriptures. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. Laying aside the commandment of Yahweh, you hold the tradition of men. You see? So they hold the tradition of men, man. You know? That's what they honor and uplift here in America, man. These holidays, birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Those are all traditions and precepts of men. All right? It says, you hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, full well, you reject the commandment of Yahweh, that you may keep your own tradition. That's right. Thanksgiving is a tradition of men. Has nothing to do with the Bible. That time, that day was a day of slaughter. All right? Killing. Mass murder. All right? This is in the book of Amos, I believe. Slakia. Let me find the scripture real quick. This is Zechariah 11:4. Zechariah 11:4. Thus saith the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter. See? So we're feeding the flock of the slaughter, man. The Native American Indians, they died a long time ago, man. But we're all back to the reincarnation. We're being destroyed in a different way, mentally, man, spiritually. All right. Some of them are being shot down in the streets, yes, and being killed at abortion clinics, things of that nature, yes. But we're the flock of the slaughter, man. All right. So this time, this day, November, was it Thanksgiving coming up next week, has nothing to do with the Bible, man. All right. That's their these Edomites. These Caucasians, that's their day, man. Their day of glorifying the mass killings of the Native American Indians, man. All right. It says, thus saith the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You see? So you got a bunch of criminals walking around in the earth right now, man, that are worthy of the penalty of death. Why? Because they killed the Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai's people, man. They touched the apple of his eye, man. Even though they went out, but still, the point was they're guilty of blood, man. You know? And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. You see? So they think that the Lord has forgotten all this stuff, man. The Lord has not forgotten, man. The Lord still remembers. He's still going to punish you and pay you back for all the things that you've done. Recompense, man. Payback. The big payback, you know. That's what's coming, man. We're as sheep led to the slaughter. You know, that's what happened in that day. It was a day of slaughter, man. It wasn't a day of joy, of happiness. All right. It was a day of killing, man. Murdering. You know. They brought in all forms of diseases and sicknesses into America and into that land. All right. I believe it's in the scriptures. It's Asurath. It's in another land, in the Apocrypha. But I forgot how to say that first part in the Hebrew. But I know it's a Ratazah. All right. Let me go ahead and just. It says Aratazah, a Karyath. All right, a Karath. Akarath, all right, or Akar Arataza, another land, you know. So this place was that place where it was defiled, and the Native American Indians were slaughtered, man, by the hand of their enemy. It came with subtlety, man. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and read it again. Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and that's the time of the Native American Indians, man. Their possessors slayed them, and now they hold themselves not guilty. That's a thing of the past, but yet they still hold a remembrance of this holiday, Thanksgiving. But we have to forget what happened to the Native American Indians. That's a thing of the past. This is a new day. No, man, because those people's lives have not been what you call it? There's no retribution has not been paid for that, man. So that certain man is on the earth that killed the Native American Indians, man. He has to be paid back for it. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Who are themselves holding themselves not guilty, man? The so-called Caucasian, man. The white man. The European. All right? He's the one that slaughtered and killed the Native American Indians, man. All right? And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. See? So the Lord's going to pay you back, man. He's going to pursue you with blood. All right? Yeah, but that other land in 2nd Esdras chapter, was it 13 and 45, is Ar-Sareth, which in the Hebrew is Arataza Akarath, or Akar Arataza, all right? Akar Arataza, which is another land, man. That's where the Native American Indians came. Not the Native American Indians, but the Northern Kingdom, man, which is the Latin tribes, which we are known as the Latin tribes. All right. Going back to Sirach 17 and 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage. He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice. You see? So that was all through the Spirit, man. You know, in our time, it's through the Spirit, not in the time of Moses, because in the time of Moses, they all heard, and they asked for them not to hear the voice of the Lord, man, because at least they died. All right, so all these things are coming back, man. You know, let's see here. Going back to Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate and I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You know, so the Lord hates and despises your feast days. And is that not a day of festivities or a day of feasting where everybody cooks and eats and gets fat? All right. This is Luke chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, you are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahweh knoweth your hearts. That's right. So the Lord knows your hearts. He knows what you've done. You're not going to get away with it. All right. You're a men. You are they that which justify yourselves before men. You know, you Edomites, so-called white people. You justify yourself before men. You know, but you got blood on you, man. Because the Lord knows your heart. He has not forgotten, man. Though you try to get the rest of the people to forgive, the Lord has not forgotten, man. All right? The Lord remembers all these things that are coming to pass and what happened in past time. He requires that man's blood, man. That shed the Native American Indians' blood, that he requires of that man's blood. That's justice. All right? It says, you are they which justify yourselves before men, but Yahweh knoweth your hearts. Talking about your mind. Because the word heart, again, goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which talks about the mind. For that which is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of God. Right, so Thanksgiving is an abomination in the sight of the Most High, man. All your festivities, your feast days, Christmas, Easter, all right? So going back to Amos 5 and 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. All right, that's where solemn goes back to means to be serious. All right, so it's a serious serious assemblies or a serious feast days. All right. Amos 5:22. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. You know, that's what a lot of people are going to be making their turkeys. You know, trying to offer it up to the Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. You know, when Jesus has nothing to do with that holiday, man. All right, that's what they're going to be doing on Thanksgiving. Was it November 23rd? They're going to be glorifying the mass murder of the Native American Indians, what the so-called white man did to their own people, to the tribe of Gad. That's what they're going to be doing, getting fat, eating that big nasty ham, that big pig they're going to be cooking, that hamon. You know what I'm talking about. Because our people love that ham, man. They love that pork, chicharrones and all that stuff, shrimp. The Most High condemns all that, man. To the spirit power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know? But that's the day come of Thanksgiving. They're going to be glorifying the so-called white man's doings, man. By slaying the Native American Indians. Alright? Y'all people are going to see the day's coming, man, approaching real fast. Y'all going to see it, man. Y'all going to see that ain't no laughing matter no more. Alright? You think that this is a little phase? You know? But through the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's making things happen in this earth, man. Alright? I'm going to go to the book of Colossians. Right? In the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8, it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. You know? Because you got men out here that are very dangerous, man. Alright? You got men that are dangerous and that can misguide you. You see? Into a whole path, a destructive path, man. Or a path, Salaki. Into a destructive path. It's not of righteousness. It's of evil, man. Alright? That's why you got to go into the origins of things, the root. You got to look up words, into the history. Alright? In order to gain that knowledge, man, that to be edified on what it is that you're trying to look after or follow after, man. You can't be as a child that believes in every single thing gullible, man. You have to edify. You got to study, man. You be like, man, is this right for me to be acknowledged? Should I be participating in Thanksgiving? Or should I denounce it? And not give a shit what people think? So that's another thing in America, is everybody's worried about what other people think. Alright? But that's not what the Most High requires, man. He requires of a broken and contrite spirit, man, of truth. That's what the Most High requires, man. I'm going to read it again, Colossians 2 and 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Right, and that vain deceit, that part of that vain deceit is observing Thanksgiving, man. All right, that's a deceitful act, man, for your parents to tell you, hey, man, we're going to honor this day. But the children are like, well, didn't they kill a lot of Indians there, Mom? Yeah, but we still observe it. We're still going to acknowledge it, and we're going to eat. You know? But the Lord said, I hate and despise your feast days, man. Even your solemn assemblies. Because that's a serious time for a lot of people, man. Alright? It says, after the tradition of men. And that's a tradition of men, man. It's traditional that everybody buys a ham, buys a turkey, buys stuffing, cranberry, whatever else they decide to make, casseroles, you know? And they all just indulge themselves in that, man. And the banquets, the banquetings, you know. But that has nothing to do with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That should be a day of fasting, a day of self-afflicting through fasting, man, and prayer. All right, praying for judgment, man. Praying for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to execute judgment on those that killed the fellow brethren, man, the Akim, man. All right. It says, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, man. So beware lest the man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, man. Philosophy means a lover of wisdom. All right. So you got certain individuals that love wisdom, but it's the wisdom on the left-hand side, man, the wisdom of the world. And the Most High counts that as foolishness, man. All right. So you younger brothers, man, that's another thing. That's one of the many antics of Satan is going to use the holidays for you to receive hell from your family, man. All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. Right. So everything that you were taught from a child up, you had to let go, man, and become a fool all over again. Simple. And come into the simplicity of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to be brought up, raised up properly through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written that he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Right? They're going to be caught in their own bullshit, man. So the wisdom of the world, of this world, is foolishness with the Most High, man. All right? So, what was I reading? Colossians, right? What it said, but not according to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, because this word will make you wise, man. All right, but then you got this other bullshit out here that's gonna make you unwise, man. The knowledge of wickedness. All right. It says, and after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You see, after the rudiments, the traditions of the world, but not after Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which is contained in the scriptures, man. This book. This is the book that you need, man. This is the only thing that you need to be following after, man. Nothing else in the world, man. Follow not after a multitude to do evil. All right? Which evil is synonymous with the word bad, so you ain't supposed to be doing that, man. All right? This is, bring out another one. In the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, and no one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. That's right. So you're not gonna want any other doctrine, philosophy. You're gonna stick to this book, man. You're gonna stick to the Bible, man, with the Apocrypha and the King James, which is 16:11, man. You know. So it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. So you have to seek out of the book, man. You have to read, all right? Which it says in Colossians, right? In the book of Colossians, going back to Colossians 8, it says, after the rudiments of the world and not after Yahweh Shai. So if you don't follow the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you're going off, man. Because the Lord commands that we follow after his steps, which is recorded in the scriptures, man. All right, not after another person, man. If you hear a person out, you make sure that they're gonna filter it through the scriptures, man. All right, test all spirits, test the spirits, try the spirits, man. All right, and that's one thing is that these people can't tell us that us Akim that we're going off about denouncing Thanksgiving, man. All right. It's a wicked holiday, man. They're honoring the death. You know, that's what they're doing. It ain't no different from Dias de los Muertos, Halloween, All Saints Day. It ain't no different from that, man. So it says 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty. Right. So Thanksgiving is a day of dishonesty, because in reality, it's a day of mourning, not a day of feasting. Because the Native American Indians, they were mass murdered by the Europeans, man. So this is we renounce the things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully. Like I said, you cannot come up here and say I'm going off by denouncing Thanksgiving. All right, because the Lord condemns it. The Lord condemns that holiday. All right. But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of you, the Most High. That's right, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is proving us through the sight of men that we have this truth, man. All right. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. That's right. Because you rather have this world, the tangible things, than the spiritual things, which is of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. You cannot cast off the things of the world. All right, the rudiments and traditions of men. So therefore the Most High is going to cast you out. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. You know? So the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High, which is the Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, all right, so forth and so on, your birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day. It has nothing to do with the Bible, man. It has nothing to do. That's all goes into narcissism, idol worship, all right, things of that nature. So, going back to Amos 5:22, though you offer me burnt offering and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows, right? But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. You see? So that's what the Most High requires, and that's what you should be praying for to the Most High, is that that judgment be implemented for the mass murderings of the Native American Indians and observing these wicked holidays, man. All right? Because that's what we're doing, and essentially when we're out here in the highways and the byways, man, we're casting down strongholds and hoping for judgment. Like it says at Thessalonians, those that are in trouble rest with us, man. Rest from what, though? From all the wickedness that's going on in the earth, man. You know? This is 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. That's right. So this particular holiday, Thanksgiving, is a very offensive to the Native American Indians, man. All right. So those individuals, the tribe of Gad, all right, and the Reubenites, which are the Seminole Indians, we're telling you, man. Seeing it as a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. They're troubling you through the mind, through your spirit, because they're still acknowledging this wicked holiday, man. All right? It's very offensive to the Native American Indians that Thanksgiving is still being observed in 2017, not knowing that these people, that these Edomites have deemed them as savages. All right? They're human beings too, man. You know? Which the Native American Indians, they come from the tribe of Israel, man, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? So it's a very offensive day to them, man. Okay? It says, but it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those, man. Which recompense means to pay back. Tribulation means to bring hell upon, man. All right? So it says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us. And that's right, man. 12,000 men from the tribe of Gad, the Native American Indians, are going to rise up, and they're going to be part of the elect, man. All right? And they're going to rest with us. The 144,000 and the 1/3. The Negro Latinos and Native American Indians that are the true people of the Most High, the Hebrew Israelites. All right? And to you who are troubled, rest with us. You're going to rest with us in the spirit, man. In the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to get comfort knowing that you got so-called black men, you got so-called Latino men standing up for you on this particular day, man. 2017, November 23rd, 24th, whatever the hell that fucking day is, that you have men out here standing up for you, man. You native tribes, man. The people, the indigenous people of this land of America and Canada, and you got people in the islands to Mexico, South America, Central America. You're gonna be able to rest with us, man. You know. But ultimately, you're gonna rest through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's what the gospel means. The gospel means the good news, man. This is the good news. We're telling you that you're about to be delivered from your enemy, man. You know. This is Salakia. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. That's right. So we're going to comfort you with the comforter, which is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's word, the spirit, with these words, man. Right here, the comfort of the spirit. All right. That telling you, man. All right. It says 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when Yahweh, or when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with. Let me read that again. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when Adanya Yahushai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels and flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushai Mashiach, man. All right? Because according to the gospel, you're not supposed to be observing the traditions of men. Learn not the ways of the heathen, man. Jeremiah chapter 10. All right? Who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. You see? So all you people out here, man, that are rejecting the commandment of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai are going to be destroyed, man. He hates this day. The Lord said he's angry with the wicked every day, man. You know, it's not a day to be. It's not a day to be honored or revered, man. All right. And you got a lot of things going on in the earth, man. You know, the so-called or the Christian doctrine. You know, pushing out into the world heavily, man, deceiving the people, their antics. All right. And by the wiles of the devil, man, on the left-hand side. You know. Let's go to this is Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10. I'll start at verse 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right. And the wiles, one of the wiles of the devil is the Christianity doctrine, man. All right. Which, like I keep saying that word antics, because that's a grotesque trickery, man. All right, they're defiled, polluted, man. These doctrines that they come up with, all right. So you got to put on the whole armor, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, in order to deflect the wiles of the devil, man. The word wiles means to be tricked or trickery, all right, witchcraft, all right. As I keep making mention of this particular holiday that's coming. Next week, which is Thanksgiving, but in reality it's Thanksgiving, man. All right, that's what you're giving thanks to when you observe the so-called white man's holiday, man. You're thanking him for killing your own people, the Native American Indians. You know, that's the reality of it. You can't hate the truth. You can't get mad about the truth, right? You throw shit in our face, all right? You throw shit in our face all the time, man. So you got to eat your own, man. You know. Don't hate it. Don't hate me. Hate the Lord, man. Because the Lord said it. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the walls of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see? Because that was set up to deceive these so-called Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man, in high places. I'm telling you to observe this day. All right. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. That's right, man. So once you grow into this thing, man, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is dealing with you. It's just gonna be another day, Aki. All right. You're gonna learn that you're gonna have to separate yourself from your family. You're gonna try to maneuver the best way you can in society or within your family, your home. If you're living there, still with your family. But at the end, you're still gonna suffer persecution. You're still gonna be rejected and despised, talked about, mocked. All right, you're gonna be told that you're dealing with the cult. All right, and numerous other things, man. But you know, not knowing ignorantly, you know, they're observing something that's just out of disrespectful, man, to the Native American Indians, man. You know, which they don't know that the Native American Indians. They're of the same people, man. You know, that's the brothers, man. They're brethren. They're our fellow brethren, the Native American Indians, man. The Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. You know, but when you start casting off these different, ideology of these traditions, you know, you're gonna be despised, man. You're gonna be rejected of all men, just like Yahweh Shai was, man, who the world called Jesus Christ. He was rejected of all men. Why? Because he wasn't following after the ways of the wicked Pharisees and the scribes. He was doing according to what his father's business was, man. You know? And that's the hard thing for a lot of these people in this world to accept, is that they can't do the father's business in sincerity and truth. Because they're going to be rejected and despised and persecuted. They're going to be casted out of their company. They're not going to be invited to no more festivities. All right? And then they're going to be looked at as being weird and strange. All right, that I'm already used to that, man. You know, so like I was telling to younger brothers, man, that's what you got to prepare your mind for, man. But as you keep growing in this thing, it's going to become easier and easier and easier. It's going to grow into a man. It ain't going to phase you no more, man. You know, the one Ratzazah, to the spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is going to be that way, man. You know, so it says. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. That's right, man. So you're gonna have to have truth upon you, man. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25. Wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. That's right. So it's a commandment that we put away lying, man. We reject all that falseness, that falsification. You know, all that deception, you know, we cast all that away, man, because it's of no profit. This is, I'm going to bring out another one because it proves that we had inherited lies, man. This is Jeremiah 16 and 19. It says, O Lord, Yahweh, my strength and my fortress, my refuge in the day of affliction. That's right. So this word should be the day, your refuge of the day of affliction, man. Those that are troubled rest with us.